You know, the digital tools we lean on every single day are always on the move. They're adding features, they're changing their whole focus, or sometimes they're even just shutting down. Honestly, keeping up feels like a full-time job. So today, we're going to do a quick rundown of the big updates you need to know about right now, covering your social media, your money, and of course, your security.
So here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll get into how your social world is getting way more complex. Then, we're going to dive into two totally different ideas for how you'll handle your money across the globe. And finally, and this one's important, we'll cover a huge shift in digital security that you absolutely need to know about. All right, let's get into it.
First up, social media. And we're looking at Telegram, an app that's quickly turning from a simple messenger into a much bigger social playground. Yeah, it's not just about chats anymore. It's morphing into a real platform for creators, for communities, and even for commerce.
So what's really changing here? Well, Telegram's rolling out a bunch of tools that are basically building a social network on top of its messenger. I mean, think about it. Public post search, that turns Telegram into a searchable database, kind of like its own little search engine. And things like story albums and gift collections, they give creators new ways to package up their work and make money from their followers. When you put it all together, this isn't just another update. It's a really smart move to keep everyone, users, creators, and businesses, inside the Telegram world. Okay, let's zoom in on story albums for a second. For you and me, it's kind of like making a cool highlight reel of a vacation. But the real game changer? That's for businesses and creators. Now they can show off products or group all their related content into these neat, binge-watchable playlists right on their profile. It takes what was just an archive of old stories and turns it into a curated library of content.
Telegram is also getting into the whole exclusivity thing with its digital gifts. So while, yeah, anyone can still buy most of them, they're now introducing these limited edition premium sets that you can only get if you're a paid subscriber. This creates a whole new level of digital status symbols, which is a pretty clear nudge to get their most active users to sign up for premium.
All right, let's switch gears and see how all this connects to the world of finance. Managing money across different countries has always been a headache, right? Well, there are two very different platforms popping up with their own unique answers to that exact problem.
So on one side, you've got Plenty. It's focused on the world we're all familiar with, traditional currencies like dollars and euros. It's built for the freelancer who's getting paid from another country or the traveler who needs cash in the local currency. But then, on the other side, you have Cryptomos, which is all in on the world of crypto. That's for the person trading and investing in digital assets. We're talking two completely different philosophies for a borderless economy, and they're both happening right now. And Plenty isn't just some small startup. They're operating at a serious scale. They've already processed over $800 million in transactions. That's a huge number, and it shows there's a real level of trust and reliability there in the market. And all that transaction volume? It's being driven by a user base that's growing incredibly fast. We're talking over 100,000 users, or citizens without borders, as they like to call them, who are now using Plenty. This isn't just a handful of people. It's freelancers getting paid from places like Upwork and Payoneer. It's travelers and it's businesses handling payroll all over the world.
Now, Cryptomos is playing a totally different game when it comes to growth. They're not just a place to trade, they're building a whole financial system that actually pays you to be a part of it. You can earn money by referring traders, by providing liquidity to the market, or you can even become a broker for other users. It's a really clever model that's designed to grow from the inside out, totally powered by its own community.
And that brings us to our last, and I'd say most critical section, digital security. There's a major changing of the guard happening as we speak. A password manager you probably know is shutting down, and that's creating a space for a new, privacy-first alternative to step up. And this is something you really need to take action on. Okay, listen up. If you use Dropbox passwords, you need to see this timeline. Starting August 28th, 2025, the app basically becomes useless. You can't add new passwords, you can't autofill anything. Then, by September 11th, the mobile app just stops working entirely. And the final date is October 28th, 2025. That's when the service shuts down for good, and all your data is permanently deleted. The clock is definitely ticking to get your stuff out of there. So, you need to export your data. And here's exactly how to do it. The process itself is pretty simple. Just go into the settings in the app or the browser extension and look for the export option. It'll spit out a CSV file with all of your logins. Now I have to give you a serious warning here. That file is literally the keys to your entire digital life. So once you've imported it into a new password manager, you have to delete that original file immediately. Don't forget.
And this, of course, just raises the big question, right? When a service like Dropbox Passwords just vanishes, it really shines a light on how much we need a reliable, long-term solution. So, what does the new guard of security even look like?
This quote just nails it. Protecting our accounts with things like two-factor authentication, or 2FA, it's not optional anymore. It's absolutely essential. And that's the core belief behind Proton, the same company that built Proton Mail, and now a dedicated authenticator app. So, how does a new guard tool like Proton Authenticator actually stack up? Well, this comparison makes it pretty clear. It's open source, which is huge. It means security experts can actually look at the code. It has encrypted sync, zero ads or trackers, and, this is the most important part given what's happening with Dropbox, it lets you export your data whenever you want. It's built to give you control, not to lock you in.
And maybe the best part, it's completely free. You don't even need a Proton account to get started. Though if you have one, you get that encrypted sync feature. It's built by a team that has a really solid reputation for putting user privacy first, which in the security world is exactly what you want to see.
So as we've seen, the tools that shape our digital lives are always changing. Social platforms are getting deeper, finance is going global, and our security really depends on us staying ahead of the game. So that leaves us with one final thought. Are you actively choosing the tools that are going to serve and protect you, or are you just letting defaults and market shifts make those choices for you? Thanks for tuning in.